Hello people, welcome. Another little video for you. This video is all about the right to remain silent. Why do cops say to you, you have the right to remain silent? And on screen I have a quote by King Charles I of England. And he is quoted as saying, "Never make a defence or apology before you are accused." Because in our land, the land of common law, and if you want to know where the common law is, I suggest you either Google the jurisdictions of the world, or you can look at my Detained in Dubai video, which has a map of the world and where the different jurisdictions are. But in the Commonwealth lands, you know, England, America, Australia, India, Australia, America, New Zealand, you know, Canada. In these lands, we have the lovely presumption of innocence, presumed innocent until proven guilty, right? So, guilty without a reasonable doubt as well. So, if someone has a controversy with you, or someone has an accusation against you, or someone thinks you're a scoundrel, dirtbag, whatever, that's lovely. If they would like to present that in a court of law in an open public forum where they can be held to account for those beliefs, then by all means, sir, please bring them forward, and I will then, at a given time, choose to defend yourself or not. Okay, but to do any kind of defence of your actions before you've been taken to court is, in a way, pointless. So what does that have to do with now? So when you get arrested by cops, one of the first things they say is you have the right to remain silent. Now, the reason you have the right to remain silent, and they are informing you of your right to remain silent, is because they are acting as police officers. They are acting as police officers, and we would like you to act as a suspect, a prisoner, a detainee. We'd like you to act as a rapist, a murderer, a thief, anything like that. We'd like you to act like that. And if you wish to act like that, please talk to us. If you don't wish to act in that said role, then obviously you have the right to remain silent, and we'll have to prove our claims in court. So, let's look at this. There's another video we have by Grey Disciple. And this video, he's found a clip of some people. Now, these two girls have done a robbery, and they're talking to the journalists who've turned up to see what's been going on, what all this commotion's about. So these people obviously know they're not speaking to the police, but they are speaking to somebody.
Okay, so what happened here yesterday? I understand it happened.
Basically, me and my friend Stephanie, we needed some money. We saw a girl selling Girl Scout cookies. We saw an envelope with money in it, and I grabbed it, and she drove away.
Get a job!
Why did you do it?
Because we needed money. We just wanted money.
She's needy, wanty person, yeah? Want, not, don't be a needy person, okay? So if you want money, like the clip just said, get a job. Work for your living. Produce something for your labours. Produce. Do not consume. If you consume, take, want, me, I, you become a very self-centered, selfish person. And let's keep going, and I'm sure that'll start to transpire.
What did you need the money for?
Just for anything. We didn't have any money. And it was just an easy way of getting money.
That's it. They saw an easy way of getting money by taking it off a 9-year-old Girl Scout cookie seller. So a 9-year-old is acting more like a man by going into the kitchen with her mum, baking some cookies, setting up a table, laying them out, Girl Scout cookies for sale. People go up and buy $5 a cookie, I don't know, however much a Girl Scout cookie costs. And she's sitting there, she's spending her time, she's putting her energy into producing a benefit to her fellow man. And obviously she gets paid for it. You always compensate people where they've benefited you in some way.
Now, these people, unemployment insurance.
But you do realize, I mean, you're going to be charged with a crime.
Oh, I was already charged with the crime and actually pissed because I should have kept that money. They charged me with all...
So because now she's been charged with a crime, she believes she had every right to keep that money.
the charges I just got.
But does it worry you? I mean, that you committed a misdemeanor?
Well, there's nothing I can do about it now, but...
What about the people who would say, all right, it's one thing to steal money, it's another thing to do it from a 9-year-old girl selling Girl Scout cookies?
I mean, Money's money. I mean, I feel bad it was a 9-year-old girl, but there was $150 in that envelope, and I wanted that money, and it was mine.
Yeah, I saw it. It's like I came, I saw, I conquered. I came, I saw, and I took what I wanted.
I just want to say that I'm sorry for offending the Girl Scout organization, but other than that...
Yeah, here she's apologising to the Girl Scout Association. She's apologising to the what? Not to the little girl who's the who's just been a victim at 9 years old of a robbery with her mum selling Girl Scout cookies. Oh no, that's not an issue in her head, morally. Her morals are with the association of all the Girl Scouts, for some reason. Not the individuals that make up that association. That would be nothing without the individuals.
That's it.
I mean, some people might say I heard one person in our newsroom call it heartless to steal money from a 9-year-old girl. I mean, that doesn't...
It's not her money.
It's not her money. I've already covered this. She's produced a service or a good. People have paid her for the service or the good. It's called fair and just compensation. Yes, it's her money. She put the time in. She gets the benefit. You don't come along and parasitically take from another person because you can't be asked to make cookies yourself.
A 9-year-old girl was selling it, but it's not like she was going to make that money. So it doesn't really bother me.
Beauty fades, dumb is forever. I want you to think about that.
Yeah, it wasn't if she was going to make... Yeah, 9-year-old, she wasn't going to make the money. Is she alluding to the fact she's too young to work for money? Is she trying to say that, she wasn't going to keep that money anyway? She was going to... Even better, she was going to give it away as a 9-year-old for the benefit of her society, her community. So it's not even as if the 9-year-old was being even more selfless. Unbelievable.
The only thing that bothers me is my charges now.
Only thing that bothers me now is my charges now. So, let's bring it back. You'll notice this a lot if you listen to people. It always comes back to I. Always comes back to I. Self-preservation. I'm going to worry now about my charges.
What was the other crime that you had been charged with?
Domestic battery.
Pretty much we just saw the Girl Scouts with their little table, and me and my friend were like, let's get that money that's in that envelope. Because it was just sitting on the table, and it was her and her mom wasn't really paying attention. She was yapping to some lady, and the girl was just sitting there by herself. And so my friend goes into Winn-Dixie. I was waiting outside of here, like ready to leave. So she grabs the envelope, she snatched it really quick, she ran to my car, and we left. And
she's just explaining the whole criminal plan, get premeditated robbery. This is how we're going to do it. I was here in the car, she comes over, we're in the car, we're off.
We parked, and we split the money.
Why did you...
So she doesn't need to talk to the police. She's talking to public. She's making this public knowledge by speaking to a journalist who's recording this. I mean, the journalist didn't say, "Could you, you've done a crime." The journalist didn't accuse him of anything. She's volunteering this information to the journalist. The journalist must be there going, "Oh my God, I've got crucial information now. I've got a witness." She's confessing herself to doing it. She's telling me everything. It's unbelievable.
Do it.
I mean, who doesn't like money?
Yeah, who doesn't like money? I mean, come on, you got to be crazy not to like money.
I mean,
well, more importantly, who doesn't like stealing other people's money?
I don't know.
But it's a crime.
I know it's a crime, but it was an easy crime.
Easy crime. So easy crime means it's a crime worth doing. Thank you, Patrick.
It was easy. It was sitting right there. I mean, there is a lesson learned now, but...
There's a lesson learned now. I don't think she's going to learn the lesson that she needs to learn.
I didn't think I was going to get caught for it like that.
I didn't think I was going to get caught for it. The only lesson that she's going to learn is probably behind the bars of some sort of prison.
I wasn't really aware of the cameras or anything. I didn't think about it. Didn't really think.
What's the lesson?
Yeah, I agree there. She didn't really think.
Can you say that you could learn out of this?
Probably not to get caught, or maybe not to steal.
So what can you learn from this, darling? First thing she says is don't get caught. Second thing, don't steal. So I would say don't steal should be first. Or crime never pays. Don't do crime, maybe. And if you do crime, as she's saying, don't get caught.
I mean, do you have any remorse about stealing from a 9-year-old girl?
Right now, no. Because I'm kind of pissed because I have charges and we had to give the money back anyway, so now I'm
So I have charges again. It comes back to me, self-preservation, and also I don't have the money that I stole because obviously it's not your property, and obviously you're going to you're in criminal problems now, darling. And just because you're in criminal problems doesn't mysteriously make that property yours because you're going to pay for stealing it in the first instance. So, yeah, interesting logic there. Thinking because I've done the crime, surely that means I get the money or the property. I don't think it works like that, darling.
pissed.
But I mean, some people might say it's, not the nicest thing to do to steal money from a child, especially a Girl Scout selling cookies.
Well, I don't know. Money's money, and it doesn't really matter to me.
What a little monster. Yeah, this is mum and dad, isn't it? This is the want little princess here. Mummy, I want it. I want it for Christmas. I want a cookie. I want a lollipop. I want. Me. And this is what happens. They grow up and they become little monsters. You release your little monsters upon society when they have no respect for their fellow man. They don't know the law. They probably do know the law. Everyone knows it's wrong to steal. I mean, my God. But clearly it's not ingrained in their psyche to actually think, you know what? Good on the, they should really look at a 9-year-old Girl Scout cookie and say, oh, good girl. Hey, honey, do you need any help? You're doing something probably for the good of your society, the good of your community, and here I am just to steal and parasite off your hard work.
I don't feel sadness for that little girl. I mean, she's getting a lot of money right now from people who feel bad for her, so.
Yeah, she's benefiting from the fact that the community have come out and they've all heard, did you hear, John, did you hear? Little Tiffany Girl Scout 9-year-old's just been a victim of a robbery with her mum, selling Girl Scout cookies. Damn right the good people of the community come out and now go and buy extra Girl Scout cookies for that 9-year-old. Because that 9-year-old's probably like, Mum, what just happened? Mum, why did that lady take our money? Mum, don't worry about that, honey. Look, all the good people are coming out to buy cookies from you now. You're going to have a really good, successful day of selling Girl Scout cookies.
Whatever.
What were you going to use the money for?
Probably for gas. Just for gas money and like my cigarettes and stuff. I don't know.
Are you worried about the misdemeanor charges?
Yes, I'm very worried. I'm worried that they might come back up a month later and I'm going to have cops knocking on my door for a warrant.
So she knows about warrants, cops knocking on her door for warrants. So she has some sort of vague understanding about how this system works. But yet, when it comes to stealing from a 9-year-old with her mum selling Girl Scout cookies, that's an acceptable collateral damage.
So those people over there, I'm very pissed.
Yeah, those people over there are pissed. I'm pissed they're benefiting from my misfortune.
Anything else you want to say? Or?
Not really.
So this is a good bit. She says, the journalist has obviously done a great job. She's got a full confession from this lady. The whole premeditated planning, the execution, the value of the sum of the money stolen. And then she's probably like, can't believe her luck. And now she's asking her, like, is there anything else you want to say? Lady says, no. And then the good thing is
Anything else you want to say?
she turns to her friend and says, hey, John, you got anything to ask? I've got everything I could possibly want out of this lady. Do you think you can get anything more?
Not really.
Steve, do you have any questions?
No, you said you had to give the money back. Did you spend any of it before?
Oh, I spent $50 on gas. I thought.
Oh, she just confessed that there was probably more money than was believed to be in the envelope. So she just said, I already spent $50 of their money on gas. Oh, nice. Fantastic. Add that to the charges.
Filled up my gas tank, and that's it. But I was planning on buying like a necklace and all this stuff and a new phone. But now I guess not. We should have at least got to keep the money.
What you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I've done the crime, so I must get the pay. No, crime doesn't pay. And that's it. So there we go. The cops couldn't have got that information, but when she's talking to a journalist, self-gratification, I don't know. It's bizarre. She's just completely and utterly confessed everything about the crime. You have the right to remain silent. Obviously she's done it, and she's quite blasé about the fact she's done a crime, which is benefit for the prosecution. But in this case, thank God she's done that. But she has done a criminal act, and therefore, quite rightly, she's been prosecuted for it. But until someone brings their case to bear against you in an open forum, public setting, why would you give them all that incriminating evidence? You're chirping like a budgie. You're just talking too much. Just shut up. Go home. Think about what you've done. Be miserable. But anyway, there we go. You have the right to remain silent. I hope that kind of sinks in from that video.